Where's everybody? Welcome to the House of Paint. Alphabet art, geometric shapes, understanding mathematics, understanding symbols. Our alphabet is our symbols. Our words are the symbols put together like a wiring, like, let's say, plumbing. So when we have 10-1, what is 10? 10 is the window. 10 is the window of Mars. A, B, C, D equals to 10. It moves around in 9. First it moves this area 4, then this area 4, then this area 4, and then this area 4. It moves 4 fours is 16, and 8 equals the division of the gate. 7 and 8. What is 7 and 8? Well, let's look over here in CB codes. 10-7 is out of service. 10-8 is in service. Out of service, out of range. 10-8 is in service, no longer using the radio. Signed on or came back into range. So 7 is out of service, out of range. 10-8 is in service, signed in, or signed in on, not in. In equals to 23, on equals to 29. So in 2, 3, and into 9, they're in two different areas. 2 and 3, it divides 23, the W divides over the X, which is the same thing as 3 and 4. Stop transmitting, affirmative and agree. You see, when we get to the house of bait, you're receiving well because you have the one's spirit inside the house. Otherwise, the one is inside the heavens, right? Signed in or signed into range. So one only comes in through 8. One is also in through 7 in through 2 in regards to 7. The reason for that is what it is the 8, right? Let me show you on Rubik's. Is the 8 surrounds the one area in which 2, right, phase out both areas. This occupies either these 3 here or these over here, but not both. It's one or the other. I regard these as the 2 moons of Mars to the 1 moon of Earth. These 3 will be separations. Each one of these are separate from each other. As you can see on here, they're all separate from each other. 10-9 is your birth. So what happens in 10-9? Repeat the message. 10-10 becomes your mirror, and you come back into the world. This is 1x, x, and x1. So we're coming in over here and we're talking too rapidly. 10-9, repeat the message. 10-12, visitors present. It is also noted, okay, visitors as Mars. 5 and 1 come together, and 5 and 1. Two different worlds. V is the 5th in Roman numerals. S looks like a 5. I is 1. Visitor present. So visitors, okay, are on the visitors, right? They are defense, okay, when it comes to the bottom of the 9th. Although it's the bottom of the 9th, right, is only 8.5 innings played. Bottom of the 9th means the completion of 9, not 9.5, but the bottom of the 9th is actually 8.5 innings played. At the bottom of the 8.5 inning, the visitors become the defense. 12 and 13, this one is female, this one is male. This one is when male transfers into number 14. This one will transfer into this one here. This one transfers into over here. As to the bat mitzvah and the bar mitzvah. 10-15 is when we get into Mars. 14 and 15 come together. I'm not a trucker, and I'm saying 10-14 to the following number. 10-15 is the same thing, and pi divides over here. 10-16, we're making a pickup. This becomes 5 and 7. This one links these two. 1 and 6, 7, 1 and 4, 5. It links everything at 6 inside the moon. So it's linking into this one over here, into your gateway, and then here's your Q gate, urgent business. 10-18 is Mars is 17. 10-18 would be the sun. 10-17, 10-18, 10-19 is the moon. Nothing for you. 1020 is location. 1021 is call on the phone. So is that because of the matrix talking to us? 1021 is also 1 and 3 Mercury. 1022 is ape and go. It says report in person. 1 and 4 is now going to reflect to 1 and 3. So I have to understand the CB codes for a better understanding. So we have to talk about this in order to better understand what the mirror world is trying to tell us. Because ABC is 6. Once you get the D, you have mirrored the world. You have mirrored numbers for the reason that ABC is 6. Plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Now it goes all the way to 20, so you're actually talking about 1020 location, which is prevalent when you get to your 80s and 90s. The next thing I wanted to speak about, okay, I'm going to put into the next video and explain it. It's percentages and it's degrees by percentages, and understanding that 22.5% is 1/16 of 360 degrees. 1 and 7. Q is an A. AB, well, what is going to create C? This one should be 67.5 over here, 6, 7, and 5. So that is the light passing through the half-life of the moon. When 5 and 7 come together, when 5, 6, and 7 come together, you're talking about 6 Mars and 7 Earth towards the E world, which is 5, which is the in-between. When you have an in-between, you have a cap like this. That's a division of the barn. In the barn, you have this side of the animals and this side of the animals. And the door passage, you go in this way, and then you have the animals on both sides. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you and welcome to the Painted House.